to Stitch and Stir. I'm Emmy.
And I'm Samantha.
And today we're hanging out and knitting and drinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've got some eggnog coffee, and we've got some sheep mugs, which are my favorite mugs. And my husband actually loves these too. They're really nice. They're from Toll.
Oh.
And so I pick one up every time I go. I think maybe eventually I'll have a full set. Everyone comes over and...
So happy coffee holiday eggnog knitting season.
It's very good. Mm.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. So what are you working on today?
I have several whips. I have a few whips. So first I've been sending my socks out for tubing.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So I knit this sock last night.
That's amazing.
It comes like this. Just a tube. You knit the heel, toe, and cuff.
So are you cutting in for the heel?
I am.
Okay. I've got to do that because I have my 2 tubes that I sent away for and I still haven't fixed them. But I made a rule for myself that I can't send any more yarn to get tubed up until I toe and heel those. So yeah.
So this is what they come like. There's
amazing.
a local service now called Side Hustle Socks.
Such a good name.
And they have kind of events at yarn stores, so you can drop off all your yarn with them and then pick it up or get it sent back to you. So this is, again, what they come like. This is a whole, so this is 75% of a skein, and then they give you the 25% to go back for your heels. And because these are so long and they're for me, I'm probably gonna make 2 pairs of shorty socks.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah, and so I'm excited. I originally did 4 pairs. One was a gift, or 2 were gifts, and one I made leg warmers. So I didn't even have to do like heels.
Yeah.
I just made them into leg warmers for my niece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember how much they charge?
$20.
$20, okay.
Which, considering this is yarn I've had sitting around forever.
I mean, if it's your stash yarn, because I have like a whole bucket, you
Yeah.
probably saw in my closet today when we were going in there, of like, there's one that's like sock yarn, and that all want to be socks. But
yes, and it's just, it sits forever thinking I'm going to make it into beautiful socks that I'm never going to make it into.
I think I've figured out, I mean, there's so many beautiful socks and stuff and so much nice sock yarn, but I think I don't like making socks.
Yeah, no. And it doesn't,
It takes me as long as a sweater, and that's absurd, but it's just like
I made that sock last night!
I know, the sweaters, it just make me like
they're so much more satisfying.
Yeah.
I agree. I think we're both product knitters.
Yeah.
And so the finished object is what we knit for. Versus process knitters who are like, feel the yarn into the design, which I appreciate, but that's not me.
Well, my mom came into Knitting Bee yesterday to get yarn, and then she was saying like, I'm just a process knitter because I could just knit and then take it out. And I was like, what? No, I can't. I'm like, she's like, it's so just enjoyable. And I'm like, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. I have a hard time frogging my own stuff sometimes.
No, I love frogging. I also started a scrap project. I'm just using my yarn scraps to crochet a log cabin. And I think eventually it'll be blanket, but I just needed a scrap project for those small amounts of yarns, and I didn't want to knit because I love the Cozy Memories blanket. I love how it looks, but I hate weaving in ends. So I figured if I crochet it,
that one you have to do it as you go for sure.
It can break up how you're doing it, and crochet ends are so much easier to hide.
Yeah.
So it's just a colorful square right now.
Is it just sock weight, fingering weight?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And just a double crochet.
That's
and
nice.
and kind of a log cabin style, so it'll be very colorful and bright. I'm excited for it.
Nice.
And then this next whip, the yarn is not yet released, so I can't say who's dyeing it, but it's a Birkin by Caitlin Hunter. I'm also wearing a Tecumseh by Caitlin Hunter, so great designer for color work.
Can you say where the designer's from, or the yarn dyer's from?
No.
No.
I think it'll be too obvious.
Okay. See, I didn't ask. I tried to not reveal anything.
Yeah. So it's a non-superwash, and it's a very
so
pretty Birkin. I'm very happy with this color work. I used the Norwegian knitting thimble for the strands that have 3 colors, because 3 color stranded color work is so hard. Like, and
Not to manage.
I'm not ambidextrous.
You just have to go slow. I think I can knit but double, both-handed, but then I don't know, it feels so different to me, and my tension on my floats gets funky. Because my left hand is even looser than my right hand. Yeah. And my right hand, I knit very loose.
So yeah, there's my guts.
That's pretty
They're good looking guts.
But 3 colors, I'm like, okay, drop it and pick it up. And I still do that sometimes for 2 colors. And even my Tecumseh that I made like that, I knit like just all throwing. Like,
using the Norwegian thimble really worked well for me, and it really helped my tension because I tend to go too tight in color work. So it really helped.
Can be like me. I tend to go too loose. Like, I just am like, whatever. And then the insides of it are like stringy mess, and I'll tack them down like whatever. And because like my Sunset Highway, I didn't tack any of my floats.
And there's long
floats
pretty in
long, but it's fine. I think it'll like kind of felt down eventually. I don't know. So it'll be okay.
So it's been a fun knit, and a really clever thing about this sweater is it's A-line shaped, but you don't have to do any shaping. She just has you change needle size. So you knit and then go up, and then knit and then go up.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of a nice. So I'm at a point where I just like need to watch movies and knit through the body, and then I'll get through the sleeves, and I might knit a sleeve sooner.
I'm planning on making that because I have yarn for it like right behind my head. Because I got on Ravelry Stash, and I found someone who had made it and had all the contrast colors and was selling all the contrast colors because you don't.
Yeah, it doesn't take very much yarn at all.
So she gave me all of her, not gave, I paid her for them, all her extra skeins of loft. So I didn't make it, but maybe. I was thinking about all my 2019 sweater plans, so.
Yeah, I think most of 2019 will be finishing my current whips, and I'm doing a lot of sample knitting, so I think I'm going to keep that trajectory because I don't need a million sweaters.
Yeah.
It's nice to get paid to do something you love.
It's fun. So I think I usually just plan a ton of projects, and then if I just buy the yarn too, and so I have a lineup of projects that want to get knit. So maybe 2019 will be productive. I think we should, maybe next time we meet, have New Year's resolutions. Or maybe,
I think so.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, we'll make some New Year's goals, what our knitting goals are. I always say, I want to take more classes. Even if there's things I know, I think eventually I'd like to teach. And so taking classes is a good way to know how to teach. And I don't want to teach new knitters. I don't have the patience for that. But fun classes.
Yeah.
Of people who already know how to increase and decrease. So.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I've only ever taught new knitting classes, so it's a little different. I years ago I used to work at Joann Fabrics, and so I taught classes there when I worked there when I was in college, which was different. I mean, a lot of them were craftier crafts classes, but I taught hat looms, the loom knitting.
Oh wow.
Which I've done not that often, so I was I kind of know how to do this. I'll figure it out. Yeah. So I apologize to any of those people I taught, because I'm I'm not an expert at loom knitting.
What are you currently working on?
I'm working on the Weekender sweater, and it is ready for me to split the front and back. Oh, I just dropped some stitches. Oh, just one. And I'm doing it in Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, and it's
welcome.
Yes. And we got this.
This was a de-stash.
I got a text at work. Do you want this? I'm yeah, okay. So it's the Long Johns, and this sweater, if you have not knit it before, or you're not familiar with it, you knit it inside out because the whole body of the sweater is in reverse stockinette, which is very clever because I don't like to purl that much. I'll purl is fine, but I'm not gonna purl a whole sweater. And so when you turn it out, inside out, it's really pretty, and it has that
nice slip stitch
detail. Slip stitch kind of. It almost looks like a seam, but it's just that slip stitch on there. So it's pretty.
Yeah, this sweater has a lot of really fine details, including tubular cast on. Did you do it?
No.
Me either.
I was I just want to start this.
So I do recommend doing the tubular cast off for the neck
Okay.
Because it's what's going to make the neck soft. But it's
So
a really...
How shameful.
It's a really nice detail, but if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
I don't mind how the long tail cast on looks on this. Like,
No.
I just think it like gives it a defined edge. And I think the tubular cast on, why people like it looks seamless with your ribbing. I don't know if I like it.
I don't
like
think it
the
makes
edge.
a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at it and maybe I'll say like, like I can do it. It's fine. Like, but
the sleeves are tubular bind off as well.
I'll do
I
it.
didn't do it.
You didn't do it, but I should do
only
the neck.
did it for the neck because the neck needed more stretch with how it was seamed.
I'll think about it. I'm wearing Brooklyn Tweed shelter right now too, so I'm excited to have another sweater in this because this sweater is so cozy and warm.
Yeah, I have a sweater quantity of shelter I have planned.
What color?
It's a navy called
Old World.
World, yeah.
I'm like starting to really know these colors.
Yeah.
Old World is this one right here.
Yeah, so I have a sweater in that. I'm gonna make.
I want to make one.
I want to do the mountain mist.
Which one is that?
That's the tin can knits with the mountains that go gradient down. So that'll be the body, and I'll pick two like kind of gradient or blues.
I don't know. I was gonna make the Ronin
Oh yeah.
one, the Andrea Mowry, and I don't know if I want to make that now. I don't know what I want to make with this. I really need more cardigans, just like in general.
Me too. We talked about that last time.
I think I need to do a steech one because I don't like purling and I don't want to do back and forth cardigan.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there was, I think it's a Jennifer Steingast pattern. That's starts with a T, like Traced or something.
Mm-hmm.
That is color work yoke, and then it's a pullover. I would just alter it and make it a
Steek that.
steek it. I also was thinking of doing like a coat version of the Guthrie by Boylan Knitworks and steeking it and making it like a heavier coat, which I think would be cool. Although I know I wouldn't start it until like spring, and then I wouldn't be able to wear it until fully next year. So I'm, it's not as motivating. But
Yeah.
I think that would look kind of cool.
It looks pretty there. You can leave it.
I can leave it. It's just decor.
Yeah.
My Brooklyn Tweed decor in this
It's
room.
insulation.
Yeah, this room maybe gets cold, which is good for podcasting, but not good for sleeping. Well, I like sleeping in cold rooms.
Yes, bundle
I don't know. Yeah, so the sweater's going really well. I think I started it like immediately after we podcast last time because that's when you brought it to me. So it's going pretty well.
Yeah.
I had like grand plans to wear it on Thanksgiving, and that was not gonna happen. I was way too busy.
And you recently traveled, but only brought one extra ball of yarn with you. Did you end up using that whole ball and then having nothing to knit?
Oh, when I went for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. And so Sam texted me that she
Panicked.
only brought like most
Also,
of a used ball.
like crying, laughing because I'm so embarrassed.
Because it's such a rookie move to travel with only one
I've
project.
done that before. Okay, well, so I was traveling a lot. 2 weeks ago, I went to New York City for work on like whirlwind trip. I didn't know I was going until like 3 days before my flight. And so that time I packed pretty well, and I made sure I had like 2 full skeins, and I didn't knit barely at all. I knit on the plane, but that was about it. And then, because I was just very busy, I was in New York City and tired by the time I got back to the hotel room. And then I left and went for Thanksgiving at my in-laws' house, and I put I like just moved my project over. And I thought I hadn't brought the second skein that I packed in my New York bag. And so I had like this tiny piddly amount of shelter, and I was like the first morning I got there, and I'm like, I'm gonna go through this in like an hour. I don't know what I'm gonna do the rest of this time I'm here. And that's when I texted you like, this is embarrassing. I don't think I brought the other skein. And then I did. I found it in my bag. It was just like in the bottom.
Yeah.
So
The lesson there is always pack your knitting.
Yeah. So I probably knit like 3/4 of the skein. I don't know. That was not, I didn't knit that much while I was there. So that's what I had. I mean, I knit the little ball and then some of this. So it was okay. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. What else are you knitting?
I am working on a design right now, a shawl, and it is for a yarn brand called Ranching Tradition Fibers. And their yarn is really awesome. The dyer is from Montana, and this is the yarn. I brought the full second.
Same color.
Yeah, I'm loving this color, so it was like perfect timing.
It's so squishy and like rustic, but
yeah,
nicely plied.
Yeah, it's nice. And so it's called Tobacco Root Valley is the yarn base or the line of yarn. The this dye colorway is called Sumac. And so I'm doing like a cabled textured top down triangle shawl, and it has slip stitch texture at the top and then small twisted kind of X cables, just like 1/1 cables, and then it's gonna have like these big X cables at the bottom and some tassels, and it's DK weight, so it's super cozy.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about it. And so this pattern is gonna come out really early January. So you can, follow me on Instagram. I'm Samantha Knits there, and you'll see when it gets released and maybe some more of my progress. I'm hoping to finish knitting the whole thing this week, and then, do the rest of the whole process, finish my pattern writing and test knitting and tech editing and things. So
that's really exciting.
Yeah. The part of designing I really like too is the photographing, and like, cause I like the artsy parts too, and like the pattern layout and stuff. So that's fun. And I'm hoping I can use my same model that I did for my last pattern, because she did really a good job. She was easy to direct. We like took our,
now that you're an art director,
we took our pictures in like 15 minutes. It was great because I was like, ooh, good. And I had like a ton to choose from, because I really only need like 10 amazing ones, and that's still even a ton for a pattern. So it was fun.
Are you just taking them on your phone, or do you have like a full setup?
Yeah, on my iPhone.
Nice.
I just do like portrait mode, and but I do like post editing in Lightroom, and it's been fine. My pictures for my campfire hat, the one in the bulky farmer's daughter fiber, I like researched like a park near where I was meeting my friend to take pictures in, and we get there and it was like literally like a 10 by 10 foot strip of land that goes into a wetland, and it was like surrounded by homes. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Fine. It was so strange, but it worked. It was like a nice background.
Yeah. Do you have that hat? I don't think we talked about it last time.
Oh yeah, it should be in my little box there, so I'm gonna go grab it right now.
Okay. So Sam has a new hat pattern out.
So this is the campfire hat, and it is in pretty bulky yarn. I don't know if this is super bulky or just bulky. It's the Squish Bulky from the Farmer's Daughter's Fiber, and it's got some cables and baubles and a pom-pom if you'd like. And it's a super quick knit. It's really good for gift knitting if you want to knit someone a hat. Like that's because usually that's what I make for people for like Christmas, because you can get it done pretty quick, but it's like still a really nice gift if you use wool and it's warm for them.
So it's called the Campfire Hat on Ravelry.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So speaking of gift knitting, I also have a recent FO that it's not a gift because I don't gift knit.
I was like, wait, oh really?
But it only took me a day, and it's just
so
pink beret. So this is yarn I got when we went camping this year from a small farm.
What pattern is that?
It's just, I made up a beret.
Made it up?
Yeah. Berets are super easy. You just rib and then increase and then decrease.
Yeah.
But like fast.
Mm-hmm. Like a bunch of increases, a bunch of decreases.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna have to.
And so this was my Thanksgiving hat.
That's really cute.
I knit it on Thanksgiving Day, like while I was just like hanging out watching TV, waiting to be fed.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you were a gift knitter,
that's a good idea.
Hats.
Yeah, hats. I have a pile of yarn that I picked out even like in September that I was like, oh, these are the hats for people, and they have not been knit up yet. So we'll see. I mean, it's almost December, so We'll see if I can do it.
Are you gonna do simple beanies or?
They're okay. Yeah, most of them are really simple, like just like a little texture or like a ribbed beanie. I have one that I want to make that's cabled, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but and I forgot what it's called, but if worst comes to worst, I'll make more of my own hats or design more, which is probably smarter. But I want to keep the samples when I'm design something. So I've got.
For someone who doesn't like purling, that's a lot of reverse stockinette.
It's like super bulky in a hat. I can do it. I just don't want to do a sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. That's a good one. So I've got some yarn for hats. I've got some
Shelter.
This is like, my husband came up to me and was like, can I have a hat in soot from Shelter? Like, he like knew the colorway names now. Like, I've trained you so much. Go. So secretly I have that already. I got some of this alpaca blend yarn last year. Luckily I kept the label in here. It's Lorna's Laces. It's not alpaca, never mind. It's just all merino. That's surprising. It feels really like drapey though.
Yeah. Oh, it's almost silky.
I thought it had alpaca. And well, that's good. And that's gonna be a hat for a friend. And then I've got some more like just basic gray yarn, like some Cascade. That'll be a good hat. And I'm gonna do the cable hat. I want to do an arbor, but I need another skein for that hat. I think so. And I'll look up the pattern and put it on the screen with this, because that would be a good hat for my friend. So.
I do love the idea of gift knitting, but I love knitting for myself more. So my family does do, we do handmade gifts, but it's always kind of fun to do those as so my partner and I will pick a gift or a new craft to us, like we've done leather burning or indigo dyeing. So it's fun stuff we can do together. That's not my precious knitting time. Yeah. But it's still
handmade. Yeah, I mean, you're a crafter and maker, so things you make are still really nice. Yeah. Like, even if it's not like your thing, you're knitting. That's
very few people I find knitworthy.
Yeah.
They don't deserve it.
Well, I had a conversation with my in-laws at Thanksgiving about sweater knitting and like how valuable it is to me. Like, because they were asking me if I could sell my knits, and I was like, probably not, because with fast fashion, unfortunately, people don't value like the product as much as it really is worth. Because I was saying, like, if you care for like a sweater like this, or like a Farrell like wool sweater, like your grandchildren could wear it if you take good care of it. And so, like, I'm like, well, I can calculate how much it would cost for you. I'm like, I'll gift, if someone really wants, like, one in my family and they were going to take care of it and I, could measure them and do it properly, I would do it. But, I mean, it's not, like, a nice surprise gift for Christmas. Like, I would want them to be a part of the process. Because that's
picking a design.
Yeah.
Totally.
And, like, picking the yarn and the colors, because I want it to be something that they really, really love, not just, like, here's something I spent hours and hours on and you kind of like. And
yeah, I have a hard time with people not understanding just the value. And when people think they're giving you a compliment, that's like, wow, that looks like something I would totally pay $80 in a store for.
Oh, I've had a coworker say that to me.
Yeah, I was like, that is not. I
just knew she had no idea.
It felt like a spit take to me. Like, I was trying so hard to not be like.
Well, and I was like, I paid more for the yarn than that, so like, I don't know.
I can't even tell you what the retail cost of the yarn is for something like this. If that's what you think you would pay for this.
It's different, and it's different than what people buy in the store, but it's also like, not a lot of people know how good wool is just to wear, and some people do, or if you don't spend a lot of time outdoors, then it doesn't maybe matter, but like, if you go out at night, having a wool sweater on underneath your coat feels so much better.
Yeah, I always think, like, what do people do without wool?
Freeze, yeah, they literally freeze. I think they'll just be uncomfortable. And I'm comfortable. I'll wear a Lopi sweater to night market and be like, ha ha ha.
Don't need a coat. I've just got a big sweater on.
Lopi on. Because that's like when that works for me, to wear my Lopi sweater is like out at night in the cold in December. Because most other times I'm like, this is really warm. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I have other things. Oh, I have stuff I bought too to share.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Good.
So stash acquisitions.
That was like a random cut, but I'm like, oh, I see my yarn on the floor. So I can show. So I mentioned I went to New York City for work, and I went to a conference at Columbia University. So I was staying up on the Upper West Side, and before I was even like for sure going, I was like, oh, I heard of Knitty City, because I was watching some other podcasts where people were mentioning that yarn shop, and my hotel was actually like a block and a half away from Knitty City. So I went in there after the conference one night, and I knew I'd buy myself like a souvenir. So I tried to pick out something a little different or interesting that I hadn't seen before. So I got this skein, and I think it's Treliz. It's from Europe somewhere. I tried to figure out exactly where, but I couldn't. And it is a really awesome BFL fingering weight. Yeah. So I really like it. I'm like loving anything pink or red right now. The color, what was it called?
Beautiful Liar.
Beautiful Liar. Yeah.
High twist fingering.
Yeah.
I love that it's so rich.
Yeah.
Per diem money. Right?
No.
That's the best thing about work travel.
I didn't get per diem, I get reimbursements this time, so I had to keep my receipts. So like, I'd be like, this is my fiber.
Just sliding in your yarn. Souvenir receipts.
I still have to get reimbursed for all my travel. So I knew I couldn't spend that much there because I was paying for everything out of pocket. But it was cool. That shop was really nice. Like, as far as like a tiny little New York shop, I mean, it wasn't tiny, but it was small. They had so much yarn. It was just like crammed in there. They had tons.
That's awesome.
Like lots of indie dyed stuff. New York local, like, and then I saw like stuff like I know from here. Like, I found Knitted Wit there, and I was like taking.
I know her. That's always so fun.
Yeah, it was like Elf, like when Santa's coming. Like, I know. I'm like such a nerd in there. I'm like, no one's gonna get that. Do you want to take turns? We can switch back and forth.
So all of mine is from the same trunk show, but we'll show one skein at a time.
You can do it all at once. That's fine.
This is the Kindred Red trunk show.
Yeah.
So she's a baby, or not a baby dyer. I hadn't heard of her until recently.
Newer
dyer. East Coast. Was in Canada. East Coast.
Baby dyer.
So this color is called Seashell Bra. It's real pretty, and this is a fingering weight. So she was recently at a trunk show. She doesn't wholesale anywhere.
I like her label too.
Yeah. This is the DK weight called Inner Magic.
Ooh.
So it looks dark, but it's actually quite a vibrant blue. I'm going to make a Koba cat with that. I've got some mohair that's in that same bright blue.
I want to make another Koba cat, so you tell me when and I'll do it with you.
And then this is the final skein. I got another sock weight. But it's this really cool navy plus pink corals that are almost salmon.
That one's gonna look...
I think I want to make a Constellate hat by Hunter Hammerson. And it's like just a really textured fingering weight hat.
That's cool. That's gonna look almost like, like batik dye, kind of like...
Yeah, I think it'll be really...
It's cool. Like, it might, like... I wonder if it'll, like, speckle or pool a little. Yeah. Because, like, pooling in that would look really cool.
So it was really fun to be able to go to that trunk show for a dyer that's a hard to find yarn. So
yeah, not readily available around here. Yeah, that's really cool. I love when dyers do trunk shows at yarn stores around here. That's good. I've got more things too, I think. Let's see. Oh, I got I'm really into Homespun House's stuff and her podcast, and so I signed up for her October yarn club. So this was like a mystery yarn club.
Oh, cool.
And I think the theme was like she always does like a little picture to like kind of depict the like mood of the yarn, and it was like tea and stuff, so I thought it looked good, like cozy. And I might like pair this with like kind of like a cream colored yarn and do something. I don't know what I want to do yet, but the yarn is called Enchantment, and it's on her Plump Merino base, so it's 80/20 merino nylon.
Where is she located?
She used to be in Berlin, and she just moved to Wisconsin, I think. She's like in the Midwest. I'm pretty sure it's Wisconsin because that's where she said her family is. So like back in the US now, the yarn's easier to ship here.
Yeah.
So
Very pretty.
Yeah, I like her stuff a lot. And then I have I bought some more of her yarn on a D-stash a while ago, and I've been like trying to plan out what to make with it because I have a sweater's quantity of it, but it's a single, so I was like, I know this is gonna wear, it'll be harder to wear because it's gonna wear harder, but like I really did want to make a sweater, so I'm like gonna be bold and do it anyways, even though that's, you know, it's gonna pill, and that's not any fault of the yarn, that's just, you know, whatever. But so I have this one, and it is called Water Reservoir, but I found a sweater pattern where it's like a very,
that's the sweater quantity,
yeah,
and color.
Yeah, it's a really tight gauge, so I think that'll help it a little bit. Like it's like knit on zeros, and I'm like, I'm gonna go for it. I actually saw this pattern at Knitting Bee when I was working. Someone was showing me in a Rowan book the pattern they were gonna make, and this was the pattern next to it, and I'm like, I'm gonna make that. So it's like a cute, like retrofitted, like short kind of cropped sweater, like really basic, really tight gauge, and then it has a crocheted little collar on it in a lace weight yarn. So I'm gonna do that together. I don't know.
It'll be so girly.
Yeah, it'll be really girly. I don't know when I'm gonna make this, but I bought the Jameson's Ultra while I was working at Knitting Bee yesterday because I was like, that'll go perfectly, and I knew it would work well. So that'll happen eventually. Maybe that'll be in my night sweater plans 2019.
Yeah.
Fine gauge. It'll be. How long will it take me? I don't know. And then I got yesterday 2 while I was working. Sorry for leaning over.
That's great. That's great that you're getting so much yarn.
It's bad. So whatever. I don't spend more than I make, so that's
self-control.
Maybe. But that's kind of why I have that job, is so I can buy more stuff.
Totally.
But I've been looking at this skein and wanting to make something like holiday-like, because it's not holiday themed. It's just called Cherry Bomb. It's by Woolenboon. But I love like those reds and like pinks in there.
Yeah, Woolenboon does such good speckles.
Oh, so I've been like eyeing that literally for months, and I wanted to make something like almost candy cane, and so so this is a bulky, and it is by Wool Addicts, but it's so soft, and so I'm gonna hold this double just to make it more like a DK weight, and that's a bulky. So I'm gonna do like some interesting textured thing. I'm working it out. I'm trying to figure it out. So I hope to finish it before Christmas because I want it.
Yeah, that is so soft.
I want it to be like kind of candy cane inspired. And one of my favorite winter teas is called Candy Cane Lane. And so I think I'm gonna like make myself a candy cane cowl kind of thing. So I want this to be like textured stitches. I'm like inspired a lot by like some like crocheted stitches that are like a ton of loops together, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that in knitting. I'm sure it exists somewhere, but I'm probably just gonna like come up with it while I'm doing it. So that's that. I'm excited for that one. Got my pile of yarn. I'm just like tossing it on my bed over there.
What are you asking Santa for Christmas?
Brooklyn Tweed loft. Oh my gosh. My mom when she came into Knitting Bee, she got me this sign, and I should go grab it in a minute, but it says, "Dear Santa, bring more yarn" on it. So that's fine. I'll grab it in a second and show. But yeah, I think I want to do, the homemade jam color, that purple.
Oh yeah.
But I think I want to make a cardigan. in loft. I'm gonna have so many fingering weight sweaters to
Yeah.
knit. Yeah. What are you hoping for?
I
Yarn or
not yarn. I want to weave more. Since I took my class off, I really haven't had a chance. But what will help me weave is if I have a stand.
oh
So I've asked Santa for a weaving loom stand, and I'm pretty sure Santa, me, will be able to get it.
Are our partners gonna hear this and listen to it, Santa? No, I'm like always gift myself stuff.
Yeah, I will buy myself all the yarn I need all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like non-yarn purchases, and it's a big purchase, and so I need to. It's one I will consult.
At Starlight, do you have wish lists for
We
the
do.
employees? Yeah,
We do. So we can just send family members in to get us. And again, I don't need yarn, and if I do, I want a sweater quantity, so
That's
I don't
fine.
expect that to be a gift. So,
Yeah.
but there's always notions and bags. I'm obsessed with project bags, and there's
take
so
any
many good ones.
like needles too. I love those.
Yeah. And needle
yeah,
storage solutions, I feel like such a good gift because I like
Do you have all circulars, like fixed circulars or interchangeables?
both. So I have an interchangeable holder that's manageable.
Yeah.
But my fixed circulars I have like in a binder with binder sheets, but then most of the time they just
That's
end up
hard.
everywhere.
Yeah, I have one because I used to buy like Addy Turbos and Addy Rockets and in fixed circulars because I would just like, I'm going to build a collection of these and just buy them as I need them. And so I have a little bag for those, but I found that if I didn't keep the sleeve for them, I'm so lost with trying to keep them organized. So if there's like in the sleeve.
Yeah.
So if you're like building your needle collection, keep the case for them, especially if they're Addies because they're like the little resealable bags.
Yeah.
Some of them don't have that, so it's a little harder.
Yeah.
But the Addies, you could like do a binder clip on them or something.
Hayas do resealable bag too, so
That's
I do
nice.
like that.
Recommend those because those are good. Yeah, versus like I think Chiago's and Knitter's Pride have like the plastic case, which it's fine, and I like the Dreams a lot, the Knitter's Pride. But they are harder for me to store.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I don't know. Needles are always good.
Yeah.
I never have enough some size 4s and size 7s.
Right. I'm all about the size 4 and size 6 right now.
Oh yeah.
I also don't have a lot of double pointed needles. So like for tops of hats, I hate doing magic loop for that, but I only have like my old bamboo set and I hate it. So I
don't really have, like have some double points. Those are so hard to keep track of because I don't have a case.
Yeah. Like rubber
I've
banding them together.
I've given up on, unless I get like a set that's really
Like a
nice.
holder?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask Santa for that too.
Just gonna magic loop it forever.
Yeah.
And I just knit my hats on a 40-inch cable now.
Really?
Yeah, and then I just magic loop it all the way to the top. So I've magic looped a 16-inch circular.
I've done that too. That's hard.
Where you just like pull out just like the very little edge. And so when people are intimidated by magic loop, I'm like, really, it's nothing. Like you're just pulling the cable out a little.
It is a lot of reorienting, I think, for new knitters.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a lot less needle management, so I appreciate that.
It does take, like, you have to pause to like redo, like to straighten it out or whatever. Versus like DPNs, I kind of like started knitting on DPNs like after I did like a crummy garter stitch scarf. I knit cabled leg warmers on DPNs, and so DPNs still feel like good to me because I learned, like I practiced so much on those. Whereas some people hate DPNs. Yeah.
I go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else?
No, I think in conclusion, holiday knit or not, some people don't deserve it.
I'll see if I knit those hats. I'd love to. Like,
Yeah.
It'd be fun. It's like for my group of friends that go out together, so we could all have little matching hats. That'd be cute. I'm coordinating. I'm not gonna make a match, but I don't know. I can always get them something else if I don't do it.
Yeah. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for subscribing.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You can find us on Instagram, rocksteadyemme,
And Samantha Knits.
and Stitch and Stir podcast.